When you hear the words witch trial, what comes to mind first? Odds are the answer has something to do with the events that took place in Salem, Massachusetts from 1692 to 1693. During the Salem witch trials, over 200 people were accused of witchcraft, and 20 were executed. Several more died in prison awaiting their trial or liberation. The primary accusers in the trial were mostly young girls. Two of these girls, cousins Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, are said to have been practicing fortune-telling, which led to Paris's afflictions and the first accusations. Many of the accusers shared some common traits. A few were orphans, living with extended family. Others were related to reverends or ministers. None were ever tried, and only one released a pre-written apology over a decade later. As more girls became afflicted with fits and trances, the accusations spread. Those targeted were predominantly women, though men were also accused. Many were older or widowed, and may have gotten into disputes with families of the afflicted. In the conservative Puritan community, those with a reputation for being stubborn, outspoken, or promiscuous were also accused. For example, Bridget Bishop, an avid gossiper with a reputation for promiscuity, was the first to be convicted and executed. There were several theories behind the accusations themselves. The illness theory suggests that some sort of illness or even a case of mass hysteria was the cause of the girls' fits. Another is simply one of misogyny, accounting for the large majority of accused being female. The social accusation theory suggests that accusing someone of witchcraft was a way of dealing with one's own ordeals, such as crop failure, the loss of livestock, or the death of a child. Eyewitness testimonials were prominent in the Salem trials. One man who didn't believe the girls, John Proctor, was himself convicted and executed. Many accused were forced to confess, be it by dunking in water, crushing under stones, or bound to submersion. As with all historical events, there are some misconceptions surrounding the trials. The common notion regarding the execution of witches is that they were killed by burning at the stake. In reality, witchcraft in New England was a capital offense, so the punishment was hanging. In medieval Europe, it was a crime against the church, so the punishment was burning. The witch trials are sometimes written off as an American settler's craze, but this is not the case. Following the Reformation from 1500 to 1660, between 50,000 and 80,000 witches were tried and executed in Europe. 26,000 in Germany, 10,000 in France, 1,000 in England, and only a handful in Ireland. Following the misogynistic trend, 80% of them were women. In 1682, Temperance Lloyd was the last to be killed for witchcraft in England. Whether in Salem or across Europe, witch trials were a demonstration of the power of religion combined with persuasion, not just in church, but in the community itself.